Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Ko-fi or Patreon link. They're in the description below. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about something that I think all INFJs can relate to. This is something that I think is paramount within our personality. It is ultimately what we are all about. And it is something it's something that I really don't like about myself. And it's that INFJs always feel like they're being a bother to the people around them. No matter what that other person says to them, no matter how much they love them, no matter how much that other person tells you that they're happy to be around you, that they want to be around you, that they want you around them, no matter how many times a person says that to me, particularly even, I just always feel like I'm taking up space. I am taking up space in their life and I'm bothering them and I need to get away from them. I need to give them their space. I need to be careful around them. I need to not message them so much or spend so much time with them. They're going to get bored of me. They're going to hate me eventually, and then our relationship is going to fall apart. I need to be very careful, etc., etc. And so, obviously, because of this, we end up sabotaging a lot of our relationships, even though that person has never said anything to us. Now, I'll give you a quick example from my own life because I like doing that. And recently, all the time, I had this girlfriend in Chiang Mai who absolutely adores and loves me. I have no idea why. I literally have no idea why. Seriously, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I don't know why this person likes me so much. And she is one of those, I've talked about her before. Her name's Brittany, and she's the 99% extrovert. She has a thousand million friends. She is so extroverted. She's always surrounded by people. But whenever I come back to Chiang Mai after a long period of time and I haven't seen her for a while, one of the first things I'll do, is I'll go hang out with her. At least I'll go see her for a little bit, just to let her know that I'm here and I care about her and I miss her and etc. Things like that. And so recently, obviously, I came back to Chiang Mai, as you guys might know, and she had an event that she was doing. She's always doing events. That's how extroverted she is. And so I went over to that event to say hello to her. Now, of course, she wasn't there because I was early, and that's another thing that INFJs do. So I was waiting around for her. I was sitting and I was doing my thing. I was reading. And then she came in, and I was so excited to see her. I'm so happy. But the first thought in my head was, even though she was walking towards me with a big smile on her face, obviously wanting to say hello to me, the first thought in my head was, oh my God, maybe she wants to hang out with other people. Maybe I'm taking up space. Maybe she doesn't really want to hang out with me, but I kind of forced my way in. There's 100 other people here. It was a big event, so there's loads of other people that probably wanted to talk to her. And so in my head, I'm thinking, oh, maybe she wants to talk to other people. Why am I doing this, etc., etc. She did not say any of this. She's standing in front of me, she's hugging me, she's talking to me, and she's like, oh, I wish I could just hang out with you. I don't want to hang out with all these other people. I want to catch up with you, things like that. And she's saying all these words of affirmation to me. But for some reason in my heart, I have this thing saying, oh, she doesn't really want to hang out with you. She's just saying it. Now, of course, this is extremely dumb. I have no other word for it, really. It's idiotic because what we're doing is that we're not listening to the other person and we're making up random stories in our head. Now, of course, I know this about myself, so I can really quell that noise and be like, stop talking to me. Of course, this person wants to hang out with me. And even if she doesn't, I want to hang out with her. And it's okay. I can take up space and I can be a bother and it doesn't matter to me. It's all right. Because if she doesn't really want to hang out with me, she'll stop talking to me. She'll stop messaging me. I know that about her. And so it's fine, right? I literally have to talk to myself in that manner. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I know when I was younger, I let these stories get over me, take me over, I should say. And then I would stop talking to the person because I'm like, well, they're only hanging out with me because I forced them to, so I should give them their space. And all of a sudden, this person comes to me and says, why aren't you talking to me anymore? And I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm thinking, I thought you didn't want to talk to me anymore. And so this is what we do. We sabotage our relationships. That person actually obviously wants to hang out with you. They love you. They adore you. They want to be with you. But in your head, you're thinking, oh, yeah, this person's amazing. They're probably not wanting to hang out with me. I'm forcing myself in. I am being a bother. I am just taking up space. So I need to step back and take myself away from this person so they can be free of me and they can do and hang out with whoever they want to hang out with, not with me particularly, obviously. Now, obviously, you guys can see this really agitates me because I've done this so many times in the past. And then in hindsight, I'll look back and think, wow, you're such a doofus, right? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, why did I do that? It was not warranted. It was not asked of me. It was not something that I had to do. It was not something that was requested of me either. It wasn't like the person was saying, well, boom, yeah, you seem like a nice person, but I think we've been hanging out too much. Maybe you need to stop messaging me so much. It has never happened to me before. Ever has this happened to me before. And even when I'm thinking maybe we're hanging out too much and I'll make a joke of it just to see if the person reacts, they never end up saying that. I've done that in the past where I'm like, let me see if this person thinks I'm hanging out with them too much. And I'll be like, oh, so it feels like we've been hanging out a lot. What do you think? Should we step away from each other a little bit? Or are you all right? I'll kind of make a joke out of it or kind of smile about it and say that, but also obviously wanting confirmation. And the person's like, no, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's really nice, actually. I know we've been hanging out a lot, but I think you're fine with it. And I'm absolutely fine with it. And that's usually the scenario. It happens every single time. And I'm always, as I said, making up these stories in my head. And I know all of you guys have probably been in the same situation where you're putting words into this other person's mouth. Now, we don't just do this with hanging out, we do this with other things as well. We imagine that the other person's angry with us. Yes, perhaps sometimes it's intuition, but a lot of times it's just us being afraid, being fearful, because we don't want to lose the other person, or because we think that we're not worthy of this other person's company, or we just don't think that we're good enough to be around all these interesting, cool, amazing individuals. Whatever it might be, whatever is coming up for you, the reality is that if this person's hanging out with you, there's probably a very good reason for it. And I know that a lot of people in my life right now are hanging out with me because they actually want to be around me, right? And I actually have this feeling sometimes with my family as well. I wonder, oh my God, everyone else just wants to hang out with them. They're such cool people. Why would they want to hang out with me even though we're related to each other? And it's so crazy. And I'm just sitting here, even saying these words out loud in this video is so releasing and so recuperating from it because I can't actually believe this kind of stuff goes on in our head. It literally is madness in there. And I know that that's why one of the reasons why I really meditate is because I really want to get over this mad, intense feelings that I have about people not wanting to be around me. Now, as I've said, people have said this to me over and over again. I like being around you. I want to be around you. I want to hang out with you. I love you. I adore you. But still in my head, I think to myself, yeah, I must be a bother to this person. There's no way they like me. There's no way they want to hang out with me, right? Now, this only applies to relationships. Like in general, I'm happy with myself. I love myself. I think highly of myself. And then it comes to another individual or a person, a human being, or sometimes even dogs. And I'm like, this dog probably doesn't want to hang out with me. They probably don't love me as much as I love them. What am I doing to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? And why do INFJs do this to ourselves? It doesn't necessarily have to do with self-esteem. Perhaps it does. But for me, my esteem is high enough when I'm by myself. It only drops when I'm around other people. That's the only time when I start thinking, oh my God, I must be a bother, or I am taking up space, or this person must really not like me anymore. And then that's when I sabotage that relationship. The reason, obviously, as you guys know, I'm sharing this with you, is not only for myself to make me realize that I'm being an idiot, but also to make you perhaps realize that that person that you're probably thinking of you're thinking that you're being a bother to probably doesn't think that way of you. I can tell you with 99% probability that's not the case because they're hanging out with you. And actually, probably what happened is that they messaged you. They were the ones like, oh, can we hang out? And you're thinking in your head, oh, I'm being a bother. Why? That person messaged you. Why would they message you and ask you to hang out with them if they think that you're a bother? It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. It's irrational. And that's nonsense. Obviously, it's nonsense. And this happens to me all the time. The other person will message me and say, oh my God, I missed you. I have missed you. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's hang out. Let's go for a massage or a coffee. And in my head, I'm thinking when I'm hanging out with that person, oh, this person thinks I'm a bother. I don't know why I'm even hanging out with them. I don't know what's going on here. Why did they even message me? They messaged you because they wanted to hang out with you. What are you putting random thoughts in their head for? What are you putting random words into their mouth for? Just hang out with them, relax, enjoy this time with your friend. Obviously, they want to hang out with you. Obviously, you want to hang out with them if you said yes and you're there with them. Chill out and stop putting all these random, mad, intense nonsense into your head. You're fine. You're good. You're worthy. You're all right. You can hang out with this person. They obviously like you. Just let go of all of this. And that's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling you guys. Please try. I haven't been able to succeed completely yet, but I know as I keep on going, I will be getting better and better at it, and I want you guys to get better at it as well. I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions about this, obviously message me. If you have, stories to share about this kind of thing, obviously share below. And if you guys are interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. Thank you so much, and I shall see you guys next time around. Bye for now.